Psychic Focus at psychicfocus.blogspot.com. And today I thought I'd change it up a little bit, and someone sent me a question regarding dissociative identity, which is formerly known as multiple personality disorder. So the question is, when people have dissociative identity, which by the way is a healthy way of dealing with severe trauma, I'm wondering where all those identities come from. They seem to come from split off parts of self, but others seem to come from other dimensional levels. I'm wondering if some come from others who have been close to the person in other lifetimes and want to lend a hand to help manage the hard times. Many come with different colored eyes, accents, physical issues, and manifestations that the core self does not have. So I thought that was a really interesting question. So I put it out there and I focused on it to see what things would come through to me. And when I looked at it, I got that people that have a very traumatic situation and they can't deal with it in that moment, they basically leave their body as a survival mechanism. Their subconscious and conscious mind, they can't process what it is that they're experiencing, and it could be related to a physical issue, mental issue, spiritual issue, but nonetheless, this flight or fight, and really they go with the flight part, occurs. They involuntarily leave or fly to protect themselves through a form of escape, and then they return after the threat from whatever it is that they're dealing with is gone. So it could even include, okay, so this was the interesting part when I thought about it. It could even include thoughts about it. Maybe they're not actually experiencing that traumatic event. Maybe something happened to them 10 years ago. Well, a thought will trigger that sort of relives that experience for them. And when they're reliving it in their mind, in this current reality that they're in, their mind says, wait, we can't do this. This is like a threat. They're feeling unsafe at that moment. So they basically escape through this flight behavior, and something else comes in to basically take the place. And so when I looked at it, the real thing that I wanted to know, because this was what they asked in the question, was who or what steps in from where. And I got that, our bodies are basically a vehicle in this 3D reality. It's our spirit that drives the body, and we're tethered to our body. This is our physical form that we're here to experience life and have our lessons and grow and all of those type of things. So even though we're attached, we can still detach, even though there's like a tether there. Kind of how I would describe astral travel. There's always this tether, but you may not physically be inside the current body. We're driving the body most of the times, but when something like this happens, basically our spirit takes a backseat and lets another one come in, and basically we're saying, you know what, I can't handle it. You need to step in and go behind the wheel, because right now I need to escape from whatever the threat is that's going on. So I wanted to know who steps in and actually drives this vehicle of a body. And I got it's our guides that come in. And I then wanted to know, okay, if these people are guides, how come some of them are troublemakers or reckless or seem to cause harm? I mean, all these different types of personalities can come in. Some are very loving and nurturing, but yet others are not. So if this is in the greater good of you, why is something maybe perceived as negative in this 3D reality? And I got these guides aren't necessarily troublemakers. I got that our subconscious is working through this trauma, and perhaps what we have to do is handle that trauma in an aggressive way or some other manner. For example, say you went through something, and the way, in the greater good, in the big universal scheme of things, the way that you need to best handle it so you can purge it and get rid of it, maybe you need to go and yell. Maybe you need to go hit a punching bag. Maybe you need to find a voice so you become kind of mouthy with this other personality. Maybe you need to learn self-love. Maybe you need to learn confidence. So all these different personas can come in, giving you what you need in order to try to process what happened to you. And even though they appear that they're bad, there really is no bad and good. Things just are. So when you view it that way, and if someone else was to view what is this personality doing? That's a good clue as to what that person has to do in order to heal. So basically, using that as a guide to know what assistance to offer is one of the most valuable things that you can do. So I got that regardless of whatever the personality is or manifests, can be a much deeper meaning than what you actually are witnessing. And using that to help them can be invaluable. And the real pathway to allowing someone heal and releasing these guides back to the spirit realm so you can be at one with your spirit, keep the tether tight, is to see these as a key rather than force them to suppress. Because so many times the action plan is, to give them a med to help them suppress what it is that they're trying to do. And really, these different people that are emerging, or these beings or personalities, are the clue to help them heal. And not only doing that and embracing it, help these people, and I saw it like a hypnosis, evaluate the trauma that triggered it as a third party perspective, so you can see what it is, realize you're no longer in harm, and also watch it play out and disconnect from it. Like, see it, have closure from it, and allow it to go. And more importantly, be patient. These people, they need a support. They need people to talk to. They don't want to be viewed as something flawed. They are working through stuff, and this is just their way and their story of how they are coping with what they went through. And that was really all I had. This was a super interesting reading. I really appreciate the question on this. I liked it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment, like me, share me, pass me along, all those great things. They're so incredibly helpful. And for now, I'm Lynn with Psychic Focus at psychicfocus.blogspot.com. Thanks. Bye.